Good morning, not necessarily an early morning, but what hopefully will turn out to be a very beautiful morning from Matheson Hammock, where there is finally some activity that we have been waiting for over 3 years now. And that is the repaving of a very small section, like from right there to right here, of the path around the atoll. This was damaged during Hurricane Irma, which was back in 2017, I think. So 3 years, over 3 years. Sorry, there's gnats everywhere. Ugh. Oh God, yes, they're everywhere. And they're finally getting around to fixing this. And I just want to show you this because it's a great example of how we really shouldn't rely on government for anything important. Now, Hurricane Irma made landfall not here in South Florida directly, over the Everglades in September of 2017, 3 years ago. And not just the atoll path was basically wiped out, the concession area here was also pretty much devastated. It sat empty, unoperated for quite a while. What we're looking at right now is a restaurant that opened not too long ago. In fact, it was just in actually it was September 2017, or September or October 2017 when this opened. So that's 2 years to get this operating again, and that's by a private company, and a very popular one, by the way. Delicious restaurant. Maybe I'll come and do a review, kind of a lunchtime thing before I head out, or I could always come back. It's going to be here for a while, and I can't imagine how much bureaucracy they had to go through to do that. And it's important because I mentioned this before when visiting the Everglades. If this were any of, well, put it this way, if this was a private company, let's just say one of the theme parks, this would have been taken care of within 2 weeks. That's it. Universal would have had it completely repaved and done within a week. Disney would have taken 3 weeks for some reason, and even SeaWorld would have transformed it into just a pedestrian pathway or something. Made it useful, and they would have just done the job, got through it, whatever it took, because it's what their guests expect, and it's what their guests are paying for. Just like we're kind of paying for this with our tax dollars, which means there's really no excuse for why it took 3 years. Now, granted, there will probably be a number of reasons if you ask them. None of them valid, by the way. It's just pavement. Okay, even if they had to do a bunch of environmental mitigation during the process, which they are, that's very common. Everybody does it when they're building seawalls or houses or anything like that. This is not anything new that the contractors will have to deal with. It just took 3 years. So why is this such a great example, and why does this bother me so much? It's because this here is local government, right here. I mean, I'm here on the bike. I didn't have to drive or fly or anything like that. I could have walked here. And that means that if I wanted to, I could talk to the manager of the park. I could talk to the director of parks. I could talk to my commissioner or the commissioner for this area or whatever, and let them know. And also, the people responsible for actually getting this done, they live here. They hopefully come to this park. This affects them, but it still took 3 years to even get started. And to answer, hopefully, your first question, no, I'm not going to look into this because it doesn't matter. 3 years, and I'm essentially powerless to do anything about it. I'm just one person, one vote. That's essentially nothing. However, if I were to speculate, I am, well, put it this way. I would put money that we have a terrific example of the Dilbert principle. And basically, you can look that up on your own. But basically, its effect here is the bureaucracy gets dumber and more incompetent the higher it goes. So I would put money that the people here, right here, the people I was talking about earlier, the locals who actually come to this park, were ready to do this in local government time, which means, okay, it could have taken them 6 months. We'll give them a little credit. It's still government. But 6 months, fine, whatever. 3 years. So probably a federal bureaucracy got involved and just gummed up the works with a bunch of nonsense that would have been done anyway, that could have been specified almost immediately, that everyone is, airplane, is used to dealing with, and that's why it took 3 years. And again, there's no excuse for that. So this is important because that is the same bureaucracy, the same government that wants to take care of everything. And if they, well, politicians want to take care of everything. And if they can't get a couple 100 meters of basically, road, single lane road, really, repaved in three years? Yeah, I don't expect them to actually solve any of the big problems, and neither should you. But it's okay, because honestly, in a lot of ways, I don't care. I am unaffected by it for reasons we'll talk about later, but that is why I am still thankful for my problems.